Good morning, everybody. We're going to continue the CSNY Archives box set review series and our series within that series, um, the Neil Young Archives box set volume 3, with another look at one of the CDs from that box set called Union Hall. This was recorded around 1978. Well, first of all, the disc opens with some songs with a rap kind of it opens with a song, the title track from "Comes a Time," and then it goes on from there to a rap, which is kind of like an explanation that Neil recorded, telling us the story of what we're going to hear, which is like the Union Hall rehearsal. As far as that goes, the whole disc, aside from the Comes a Time tracks, is basically made up of a rehearsal for a benefit that Neil and the Comes a Time band, including Nicolette, were going to do, and they rehearsed at the Musicians Union Hall in Nashville, Tennessee. And by the way, they were dubbed the Gone with the Wind Orchestra, which the core band of which was made up of Carl T. Himmel on drums, I believe Rufus Thibodeau on fiddle, Nicolette Larson on vocals, Tim Drummond, I believe, on bass, and many others, of course, Neil on vocals and guitar. But I had heard on Rust Radio a long time ago. I had heard this gig, I believe, and I had heard, I had read about it. Read about it in Shaky, Jimmy McDonough's book, and basically this show was kind of this. It was a benefit for what I can't remember, but they were doing a lot of stuff from Comes a Time, of course. Some of which, before I got the archives, I had never heard done in a live format. Songs like Already Won, and I had never heard a country version of The Losing End, which is tremendous. And to close it out, they also did a medley of Sweet Home Out of Alabama, which is the first time they'd done Alabama since '73. They'd done that in medley format with Sweet Home, with a little snippet of Sweet Home Alabama, which was dedicated to Leonard Skinner, because this was right around the time the Leonard Skinner plane crash happened. And so I thought that was really good of Neil to do that, kind of in their memory, because Ronnie was a big Neil fan. And actually, and I think I may have touched on this in a previous video, Ronnie was buried in a Tonight's the Night t-shirt. And but some of the other songs that they do are two of my favorites. Again, in medley format, Dance, 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 and Love is a Rose, and Heart of Gold, Old Man, Are You Ready for the Country? They run through that twice, and Already Won from Comes a Time, and I love this. I love the rehearsal because I've never actually heard a Neil concert rehearsal, so it was kind of cool to be able to hear them, kind of work out how they were going to do these songs. And at the end of the rehearsal, they also do Down by the River. At the end of the rehearsal tape, Neil comes back on with another rap, explaining that him and Nicolette did there was an outtake from Comes a Time of him and Nicolette doing the old country song, Please Help Me, I'm Falling, and then it goes right into the song, which is beautiful. I just love it. And there is the take of Comes a Time, the album version of Motorcycle Mama from Comes a Time, and then there's another outtake from that as well that closes the CD. And by the way, this was released on September 6th of 2024. And actually, I'm going to put two screen recordings in the video today, one of which is the Wikipedia article, and the other one is the set list from that gig, so you can see who actually was in the band and all this stuff, and the full set list. And although the Wikipedia article does have the band listed, but the Sugar Mountain page has it. You can read it a little better, so that's why I decided to go ahead and put that in there. And so I hope you enjoy this. I give this 5 stars. Shot and produced by Annenberg. Audio and video provided by Pixabay, WeVideo, and the YouTube Music Library. Screen recordings taken from Wikipedia and SugarMountain.org. Photos provided by Google Images. The rehearsal was actually recorded in '77 and not '78.